Audio Jungle. Man killed, others injured after driver disobeyed red light. A man was killed and others injured in a vehicular crash at the Hagley Park and Walton Park Road intersection in St. Andrew on Tuesday after a driver ran a red light. The deceased has been identified as 23-year-old Javon Thompson of Kelman Terrace, Kingston 10. Thompson was a passenger in a Toyota Corolla motor car which collided with a Honda vehicle. The incident reportedly happened about 10:30 a.m. Reports are that the Honda driver was traveling along Hagley Park Road heading to Halfway Tree, while the Toyota was traveling on Walton Park Road. Upon reaching the intersection, one of the drivers disobeyed the traffic signal and both vehicles collided. Several persons were injured. They were assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, where Thompson succumbed to his injuries. The Hunts Bay Traffic Department is probing the matter. Man held with guns, gun component, and over 200 rounds of ammunition at Sangster International Airport. A man was arrested after police seized guns, gun components, and ammunition at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James last Friday, November 29. 3 handguns, multiple gun components, and 200 rounds of ammunition were reportedly found hidden in his luggage. The commercial driver was intercepted by officers from the Jamaica Customs Agency and the Firearms and Narcotics Investigations Division after he arrived in Jamaica from the United States of America. Head of the Financial Investigations Division, Acting Superintendent Samuel Blake, says also among the seizure items are Glock switches or auto swears. He explains that this is a significant concern as the use of the auto swears allow a weapon to be fired rapidly. Acting SSP Blake explained that the man in custody will likely face multiple charges based on the amendments to the Firearms Act.
There was also an important discovery as well, in that there were clock switches, or what they refer to as auto sears, and those were found among the items. The significance about the Glock switch is that these are used to enhance the Glock pistol, so it allows the Glock pistol to fire and rapid. So if you think about that, you realize that your typical drive-by shooting, if one of this is used on any of the firearms, it may create or lead to additional persons being injured just by virtue of the number of ammunition that will be fired in that particular event. Because it fires so rapidly that the entire magazine will be exhausted. So you don't have to be pressing each time to release a bullet. Under the amended Firearms Act, each component part is defined as a firearm. So if you think about the 4 or 5 component parts for a single firearm, an individual who is caught with that would be charged for multiple offenses under the Firearms Act.
Policeman who allegedly gave untrue statements about an ammunition seizure case chastised by the court. A policeman who allegedly gave untrue statements about an ammunition seizure case was chastised by the court just before the accused man was freed of charges against him on Monday. 25-year-old laborer Nico Hines of Grandspen in St. Andrew was freed of illegal possession of 51 rounds of ammunition after a policeman admitted under cross-examination that he had lied in entries he made in the station diary about the case. The policeman was severely criticized by the trial judge in the gun court in Kingston. On Monday, the policeman testified that in April, during a raid of the premises where Hines resided, the ammunition was allegedly found in the ceiling of the bedroom. The cop also stated a magazine casing was allegedly found in another section of the ceiling after an additional search was conducted. Under cross-examination, defense lawyer Peter Champagny challenges the policeman about entries he made in the station diary. It was stated in the entries that the magazine casing was found in a tenement yard near a folk cob. It was noted in another diary entry that the casing was found buried in the yard. When pressed further by Peter as to whether the entries in the diary were true, the policeman reportedly said they were untrue. The cop said he was forced by another policeman to make the false entries. Questioned further by Peter as to whether he would agree that knowingly making a false entry in a station diary was dishonest, the cop agreed. The accused man, Hines, had maintained his innocence since his arrest. Hines claimed that the police found the ammunition and magazine casing and that he knew nothing about them. Justice Von Simit, in upholding the call of defense for the case to be dropped, remarked that the policeman's evidence was left in tatters at the end of the cross-examination. The judge said what occurred in court was an embarrassing moment for honest members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Government says Constitution Amendment Bill to establish Jamaica as a republic could be tabled next week. The Constitution Amendment Bill, which seeks to remove King Charles as Jamaica's head of state and transition the country into a republic, could be tabled in Parliament as early as next week. This update was provided by Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Marlene Malahou-Fort. Speaking in Parliament, Mrs. Malahou-Fort revealed that 6 revised drafts of the Constitution Amendment Bill has been dispatched since August. This followed reviews conducted by the Constitutional Reform Committee, the Ministry's team, and the Attorney General. Mrs. Ford stated that proposed bill comprised 36 clauses intended to achieve several national goals aimed at aligning Jamaica's constitution as the supreme law of the land. These national goals include transitioning Jamaica to a republic and entrenching the Electoral Commission in the Constitution.
I am pleased to inform this Honourable House and the people of Jamaica that review of the bill to amend the Constitution is far advanced. It is quite possible to complete the remaining steps and have the bill tabled as early as next week. Before the Christmas break. When passed into law, the bill will also abolish the constitutional monarchy and replace the hereditary monarch of England with a Jamaican president as Jamaica's formal head of state, thereby transitioning Jamaica to a republic. There is no dispute anywhere, to the best of my knowledge, about the attainment of this national goal. Madam Speaker, the bill goes further. It will entrench the Electoral Commission of Jamaica in the Constitution, thereby giving it a permanent place in our laws. Again, there is no dispute anywhere, to the best of my knowledge, about the attainment of this national goal.
Victim of bullying pulled from Hopewell High. The father of the Hopewell High School boy, who has seen in a video being physically assaulted by a gang of schoolmates, is determined that his son will no longer attend the school. I won't allow him to go back. No, that's a no-no, definitely a no-no, the parent told reporters outside Lucy Family Court on Tuesday. The man was among a group of parents waiting for the first court appearance of 6 boys, charged in connection with the November 25th attack. His son is a 15-year-old, and a 17-year-old is among those charged for the attack that took place as the younger boy walked home. None of the parents wanted to be named in this article. The incident was reported by at least one of the attackers and went viral on social media. During the attack, which sparked nation outrage, the boy was reportedly slapped in the face, then hit and kicked when he fell to the ground. It was reported the second time he was being attacked by the group. They had warned him not to report the first incident. Them youth here just follow company and drive here na my son, the boy's father lamented on Tuesday. I've already been grieving since this happened, really grieving because of how they dealt with the little brother, he stated. However, he has been heartened by how some parents of accused students have dealt with the incident. You have some good parents out there who give their all for their children, he conceded. According to defense attorney Martin Thomas, the accused boys are to return to court on December 17, where the judge will consider bail at that time. They will remain at the Metcalf Street facility in Kingston until then. The police have been asking for those involved in the attack to come forward. One parent who was at the courthouse on Tuesday said he responded to that appeal even though his son, while present in the attack, did not land a blow. The man asked the public not to judge the aggressors too harshly. You have children, and you can't tell what a child will do in the future. If my child does something, don't condemn him just so, because it could be your child in a similar situation, he said earnestly. No child is perfect, so don't condemn them. But if they need to be disciplined about it, then that will have to happen, the parent added. He considered that the attack was wrong and should never have occurred, but still clings to the hope that the accused boys will be given a chance to redeem themselves if found guilty. Probably, them can look at the probation or something like mediation so that the students will know they did something wrong. It is a first offense, so they can take it easy with them, he mutters. He also suggested that the students involved could become peer counselors in the future, as this may help them to stay out of trouble going forward. Another man, who also said his child did not land a blow, is hoping that he will be proven in court and that his child will be released. He sees this as a potential learning opportunity for many of those involved, even peripherally. Hopefully, them learn from this because this totally wrong. Everything about the situation totally wrong. I would want it to happen to my youth, he stated. According to the dad, he took his child into custody following calls made by the police. However, he has questions about how the school handled aspects of the matter. Sometimes things happen and you are not informed by the school, which is not good, he stated. I won't say anything about gangs, but we hear that they are a group there, but the school never mentioned that. Seemed like they were just keeping things under wraps, he lamented. He is still thinking about whether he will allow his child to remain at school at Hopewell High. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.